All right, welcome to your personalized pronunciation diagnostic. What we're going to do here is take a look at the data from your recording and turn it into a super clear, actionable path for you to improve.
Okay, so here's our game plan. We're going to walk through 5 sections to really break down your pronunciation, starting with the big picture and then zooming right in on a practice plan just for you.
First things first, let's get right to the main takeaway, your overall score. This is our benchmark, our starting point for everything else we're going to look at.
So, when we benchmark your pronunciation against a Native American English speaker, your overall score comes in at a 65 out of 100.
So what does a 65 actually mean? Well, think of it this way. A native speaker is at 100. A total beginner is at 0. So 65, that's a really strong intermediate level. You've got a great foundation, and that means we've got some high-impact areas to work on that will push your clarity to the next level.
All right, now it's time to get into the nitty-gritty. We're going to start by pinpointing the specific sounds, the phonemes, that offer the biggest opportunity for improvement. This is where the magic happens.
Okay, this chart right here is basically a roadmap. It tells us exactly where to focus our energy. You can see that final D sound is at the top of the list. It's getting dropped or turning into more of a T sound in words like card and fad. Seriously, zeroing in on just these 4 sounds is going to make the biggest difference in your overall flow and clarity. It's a huge lever to pull.
But hey, it's not all about the challenges, right? It's just as important to know what you're already doing really well. Let's take a look at the sounds you've absolutely mastered.
And look at this. This is fantastic. It shows you've got a super solid foundation to build on. Your control over these core sounds like P, S, and M is awesome. And that A sound in words like trading and grade, that's a tricky one called a diphthong, and you're nailing it. This is great news.
Okay, so we've seen the theory. Now let's move on and see how these specific sounds actually show up in the real words you used in your recording. This is where it all comes together.
So these 5 words are basically your practice playground. You can see the connection, right? With childhood, you're hitting that oo vowel. Fad and cards, that's a direct workout for that final D sound we talked about. And returns is your chance to really strengthen that classic American R. Focusing on just these words is going to give you instant feedback on your progress.
So, this is the big question, isn't it? What do you do with all this analysis? Well, don't worry, we've boiled it all down into a focused 3-step plan to get you to that next level.
And here's the plan. It's designed to be super methodical. I really want you to start with step 1, nailing the difference between those voiced sounds like D and unvoiced sounds like T at the end of words. That's going to give you the quickest, most noticeable boost in clarity. Once you've got that down, you can move on to the vowels and then finish up with those key consonants.
And that's it. That's our diagnostic. You've got the data, you've got the breakdown, and now you have a crystal clear plan. The only thing left is to put in some focused, consistent practice. So the question is, which sound are you going to master first?